So, you want to learn CAD modeling, maybe because you want to make models like these? Then let's get started. So, first of all, let's understand what the word 3D means. The 3 stands for the number of constraints and the D stands for the number of dimensions. So, basically, the word 3D means something that has 3 dimensions. So, before moving on to 3D, let's just uh, get into the basics of all the basic dimensions that exist in our world. So, here is it. We have 0D, 1D, 2D and 3D. Let's start with 0D. Imagine putting a dot on a paper. So that is a 0D object because this has no measurable dimension. You can see in the example image. Moving on to 1D. Imagine drawing a line on a paper. This has only one measurable dimension. So it is a 1D shape. And let's move to 2D. Imagine drawing a square. This has two dimensions, the length and the breadth. So it is a 2D shape. Yeah, an example is drawing a square or rectangle on a piece of paper. And now moving on to 3D. Imagine a cube. This has three dimensions. So it's a 3D object. And our world is also 3D. For example, a book. It has a length, a breadth, and a height. Now let's see the interface of a 3D software that exists. So this is a very basic interface that you will find in every 3D software no matter what you use. So on the top left, you can see generally it will house the name of the software, and just below that you can see the four squares. So that gray or dark gray bar that you see is basically the menu bar. And on the blue side, the left hand side, you can see that you have this particular area. So this particular area is the design tree, and this particular area is the 3D workspace. And you can see on the bottom left this square thingy. So this contains the 3D triad. The triad is nothing but the general definition of what exactly is the orientation of your view. We'll get into more details later on. So moving on, these are the three softwares that we'll be using in this video and the upcoming video series for learning 3D modeling. So let's start with Fusion 360. So this is the very basic interface of Fusion 360. You can see that the left side has the logo of the software, and just below it we have different features and functions that can be used to make a 3D model. And on the left side you can see it says named views origin 0 x y z. This is a design tree, and right side of that you can see three planes with three lines: blue line, green line and a red line. These are nothing but the axis, and you cannot see the triad on the bottom left because on this it is on the top right hand side. So what is the triad? We'll be learning it in the other upcoming videos. So moving on. Yeah, so as I have overlaid the basic interface, you can see that this is a basic interface. Now moving on to the next software, which is Dassault Systems SolidWorks. So this also has the similar interface. Let me just overlay it. Yeah, so you can see the top left houses the logo of the software. Below that are the different features that you'll be using to make a 3D shape. And on the left hand side, you have the design tree, which has all the planes in it. And on the right hand side, you can see the different planes and the 3D workspace. And in this case, we have on the bottom left the 3D triad. Now moving on to the last software, which is Onshape. So as you can see, this also has a very similar interface. And generally, if you open any kind of 3D software, you will see the same interface or very similar interfaces. You can see on the top it has the logo. Just below that you have the different features. And on the left hand side, you can see the different planes and the origin. And on the right hand side, there is a 3D workspace. And on the top right, just like Autodesk Fusion 360, this one has a triad on the top left. Sorry, top right. So that's it for this video, and in the next video we'll be learning more about the 3D triad and the mouse movements of the various CAD software. So before the next video, I would definitely recommend that if you are serious about 3D, get a mouse that has the left click, right click and the scroll button in it, because that will definitely be helpful for your 3D modeling journey. That's all from my side. This is the Mesh Mentor signing off. So if you like this video, like, share and subscribe. Thanks.